I am what you call a collector of bootleg Pokemon games. Pokemon Diamond and Jade, Chaos Black, etc. It's amazing the frequency in which games you can find them at pawn shops, Goodwill, flea markets, and such. They're genuinely fun, even if they are unplayable, which often they are. The mistranslations and poor quality make them unintentionally hilarious. I've been able to find most of the ones I've played online, but there's one I haven't seen any mention of. I bought it at a flea market about 5 years ago. Here's a picture of the cartridge, in case anyone recognizes it. Unfortunately, when I moved 2 years ago, I lost the game, so I can't provide you with any screen caps. Sorry. The game started with the familiar Nidorino and Gengar intro of Red and Blue version. However, the press start screen had been altered. Red was there, but the Pokemon did not cycle through. It also said Black version underneath the Pokemon logo. Upon selecting New Game, the game started to Professor Oak's speech. It quickly became evident that the game was essentially Pokemon Red version. After selecting your starter, if you looked at your Pokemon, you had, in addition to Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle, another Pokemon, Ghost. The Pokemon was level 1, and had the sprite of ghosts that are encountered in Lavender Town before obtaining the Sith Scope. So it had one attack, Curse. I know that there is a real move called Curse, but it did not exist in Generation 1, so it appears it was hacked in. Defending Pokemon were unable to attack Ghost. It would say they were only too scared to move. When the move Curse was used in battle, the screen would cut to black. The cry of the defending Pokemon would be heard. But it was distorted, and played at a much lower pitch than normal. The battle screen would then reappear, and the defending Pokemon would be gone. If used in the battle against a trainer, when the Pokeballs representing their Pokemon would appear in the corner, they would have one fewer Pokeball. The implication is that the Pokemon died. What's even stranger is that after defeating a trainer and seeing Red receive $200 for winning, the battle commands would appear again. If you selected Run, the battle would end as it normally does. You can also select Curse. If you did, upon return to the overworld, the trainer's sprite would be gone. After leaving and re-entering the area, the spot where the trainer had been replaced, it was replaced with a tombstone like the ones at Lavender Tower. The move Curse was not usable in all instances. It would fail against ghost Pokemon. And it would also fail if used against trainers that you would have to face against, such as your rival or Giovanni. It was unusable in your final battle against them, however. I figured this was the gimmick of the game, allowing you to use the previously uncapturable ghosts and because Curse made the game so easy, I essentially used it throughout the whole adventure. The game changed quite a bit after defeating the Elite Four. After viewing the Hall of Fame, which consisted of ghosts and a couple Pokemons I used for HMs, the screen cut to black. A box appeared with the words, "Many years later." It then cut to Lavender Tower. An old man was standing, looking at tombstones. You then realized the man was your character. The man moved only half of your normal walking speed. You no longer had any Pokemon with you, not even Ghost. But at this point, it had been impossible to remove from your party despite positing in the PC. The overworld was entirely empty. There were no people at all. There were still the tombstones and the trainers you had to use Curse on, however. You could go through pretty much anywhere in the overworld at this point, for your movement was limited by the fact you had no Pokemon to use HMs, and regardless where you went, the music of Lavender Town continued as an infinite loop. After wandering for a while, I found out if you go through Diglett's cave, one of the cuttable bushes that normally blocks the path from the other side is no longer there, allowing you to advance and return to Pallet Town. Upon entering your house and going to extract tile when you start the game, the screen would cut to black. Then a sprite of Caterpie would appear. It was replaced by the Weedle, and then a Pidgey. I soon realized that as the Pokemon progressed from Rattata to Blastoise, all of these were the Pokemon that I used Curse on. At the end of my rival's team, a youngster appeared, and then a bug catcher. These were the trainers I had cursed. Throughout the sequence, the Lavender Town music was playing, but it was slowly decreasing in pitch. By the time your rival appeared on screen, it was a little more than a demonic rumble. Another cut to black. A few moments later, the battle screen suddenly appeared. Your trainer sprite was now of the old man, the same one as the one who teached you how to catch Pokemon in Viridian City. Ghost appeared on the other side, along with the words, "Ghost wants to fight." You couldn't use items, and you had no Pokemon. If you tried to run, you couldn't escape. The only option was fight. Using fight would immediately cause you to struggle, which didn't affect Ghost, but did chip off a bit of your own HP. When it was Ghost's turn to attack, it would simply say, ... Eventually, when your HP reached a critical point, Ghost would finally use Curse. The screen cut to black a final time. Regardless of the buttons you pressed, you were permanently stuck in this black screen. At this point, the only thing you could do was turn the Game Boy off. When you played again, New Game was the only option. The game had erased the file. I prayed for this hacked game many times, and every time the game ended with this sequence. Several times I didn't use Ghost at all. He was impossible to remove from the party. In these cases, it did not show any Pokemon or trainers, and simply cut to the climactic battle with Ghost. I'm not sure what the motives were behind the creator of this hack. It wasn't widely distributed, so it was presumably not for monetary gain. But it was very well done for a bootleg. It seems he was trying to convey a message, though it seems I'm the sole receiver of this message. I'm not entirely sure what it was. The inevitability of death? The pointless from it? Perhaps he was simply trying to morbidly inject death and darkness into a children's game. Regardless, this children's game has made me think. And it's made me cry.